Well, it's a beautiful day on the long path, albeit a bit icy, and I'd like to make some Formula One predictions. I'm going to start off big. Charles Leclerc will be the 2025 Formula One World Champion in the drivers' competition. And I'm saying this not despite the fact that Lewis Hamilton is his teammate, but because of the fact that Lewis Hamilton is his teammate. At this point in his career, Charles was faster, but Lewis, in his peak, was one of the fastest of all time. He's extraordinary. I mean, his days in GP2, or which is now F2, his passes were extraordinary. His in Formula One, his incredible pass on Michael Schumacher at Saint-Devote in Monaco, just amazing. Lewis has been able to pull out some of the most extraordinary performances that we've seen. And so he knows how to win, and he's got gravitas. He is a 7-time World Drivers' Champion, and Charles has never partnered with anyone like that. No one has the aura of Lewis Hamilton. I mean, just those images of Lewis going to the factory in the Godfather outfit. Oh my God. And when the king goes to court, or the Godfather goes to the factory, people stand up straighter. And the guys at Ferrari, I'm sure, have been working as hard as possible. But I think they're going to find out they can work even harder. Maybe not harder, maybe more efficiently. I think they're just going to learn an attitude from Lewis. And it's going to permeate through the whole team, including Charles Leclerc. And where I think Charles is going to improve most is on his consistency. Charles' performances have been difficult to predict in the past. You just don't know where he's going to end up. You know he has the speed to finish in the top 3, top 4, but you just don't know where he's going to end up. And while he seems to be getting a little better, last season seemed to improve a bit, still just doesn't give me the confidence of someone like a Lewis Hamilton in his prime, or a Max, of course. And I think Charles is going to pick that up. For my second prediction, I have got Lando Norris in second place for the Drivers' Championship. He is, of course, an amazing driver, extremely fast, lots and lots of raw speed. But he does make mistakes here and there. And I think that is what will be the key, actually, to his even greater success in the coming season, 2025. I think he's going to be more dominant than he was in 2024. He's learned by those mistakes. He's a very thoughtful driver, very critical of his own abilities. And so you'll see him make some mistakes, but I don't think you're going to see him again. The team itself, McLaren, I think this year it is going to be a really refined McLaren. The team have got so much confidence now. They know they can win the championship. They know they can win races. And as a result, I think you're going to see a polished McLaren. And Lando is just going to take advantage of that with his raw speed. And as I said, the lessons he's learned, I think he's just going to be just like the team, a more refined driver. So yeah, I think maybe Lando is going to be like a little microcosm of McLaren itself. It is going to be a good year for McLaren. I think they will once again win the Drivers' Championship. Now, what about Oscar Piastri? Oscar, I think, is going to be really outshined by Lando. 2024, I really expected more growth from Oscar. Sure, he's still very young, but he's an extremely mature young kid. I mean, just listen to his composure on radio messages. It's really extraordinary compared to Norris. Norris historically will rant a little bit or sound like he's really come unglued on time. Piastri not. But something is holding Piastri back. And what about Williams? Williams, I think it hurts every Formula One fan who sees Williams in the state they've been over the past several years. Of course, Williams has that great history and producing extraordinary cars like the FW14B, and to see them, struggling to get points is really sad. But of course, we've got an infusion of excitement from Carlos Sainz, probably an infusion of cash from Santander, and so I think Williams is going to do better. Now, Carlos is very fast, of course, but he's not tier 1 fast. Not, as I said, Lewis Hamilton in his prime, not as fast as Charles Leclerc, but one thing Carlos brings is professionalism. And he is the best strategist on the entire Formula One property. He has done some extraordinary devising of race strategy from the cockpit. So I think that is where Carlos is probably going to be make his biggest contributions, is bringing in professionalism and intelligence. As for the Sainz and Albon battle, I think it's going to be closer than people think. I think Albon is faster than people are assuming lately. Yes, he has not had great competition to go up against in Williams. Now, Williams, the team, will see how they finish up, but I think, like many of the back markers, if they're not doing great in the first quarter of the season, they're really going to ramp down the development, because of course we've got the new 2026 regulations, and they'll certainly want to do as much development on that. Williams absolutely do not want to start off the 2026 regulations like they started off the previous iterations of revised cars. They just can't do it, and I think it would be almost a near threat to the existence of the team. I don't know how much Doralton is wanting to put in money more and more and more, but if they don't get 2026 right, I think they don't have a great future to them. Might always be on the grid here in one form or the other. I think Formula One has a stake in keeping the Williams name, but they've really got to get some inspiring cars, inspiring drives in, so that the people with the money continue to put it forward.